Hi everyone, I'm Jose.
And I'm Michaela. We are Twin Flames in Harmonious Union, and we are Master Certified Ascension Coaches with Twin Flames Universe. And today we're going to be talking about 3 things that are keeping you stuck in separation with your twin flame. So we'll get started. So the first thing that may be keeping you stuck in separation is victim mentality. And this is a very common block that a lot of people move through, and I've definitely moved through it on my journey. And it's just it's a belief that you're not empowered in your life, or you don't have power over your union. The belief that, maybe it's your twin flame doing the things, blaming your twin flame, just feeling like you can't change things, like, you're not meant to be in this lifetime, or this is just how it is. But that's not true, because you are empowered in your journey, your twin flame journey in your life, and you're meant to be with your twin flame, and you can be. It just requires for you to choose it and then take the spiritual journey of healing to manifest it.
Yeah, I remember one of the first videos I saw from Jeff and Salia in YouTube, and Jeff said something like, you are in total control on how your twin flame treats you, or how your union feels like, talking about how you are the only one in power. And this is true, and refusing to accept that you have the power in your union is denying your union in a way, because you are like not claiming it, not accepting how it works, and keeping yourself in that heavy victim complaining energy, disempowerment, and you don't get anywhere with this. And this is very important to hear in this journey, because it requires courage, it requires commitment, it requires that you want to change, and you really need to take charge of your life. Like, if you don't do it, no one will do it for you, and you can wait and wait and wait, and the separation won't go away until you address it and feel it. And there is some misbelief that a lot of people have. Oh, if I wait enough, maybe divine timing won't happen if you don't move forward. You can be stuck in separation as long as you want, and you can be in union as soon as you want, in the same way, as soon as you heal the process. But you must accept that you are in control. If not, your twin flame journey is going to be miserable, very painful, because you feel like everything is happening to you, instead of learning the lessons that the journey itself is bringing to you to be together. It is crucial that you let go of this, because it's also not attractive to your twin flame, the miserable you. This is something that Jeff and Salia said too, how your twin flame recognizes the divine in you, not the misery in you. So you must make the choice to align yourself with your true self, with your divinity at the core. And that is a very empowered version of you.
To claim your harmonious union. Like, you have, just like if you have a dirty house, it's not getting cleaned until you decide to clean it. Even in that case, you could still hire people to do it for you or whatever, but you can't do that with your twin flame journey. You can only choose to take the steps and take the journey. But once you've really chosen it, and you've claimed your power, and you've taken responsibility, and you've really decided to have it, nothing can stop you. So point 2.
Number 2.
So point 2 is thinking you know it all, or that you have no blocks. And that you have no blocks. So this is really important. It's basically spiritual arrogance. It's one of the most, the biggest blocks on this journey is spiritual arrogance, because it prevents you from moving forward. It prevents you from growing. It prevents you from learning. And a really good rule of thumb is that until you're perfectly ascended, you're an ascended master, and you can manifest things from thin air,
like this,
you have blocks, and that doesn't mean you're not spiritually evolved. It doesn't mean you're doing a bad job. It just means that you have upsets. You have blocks with the divine and with your twin flame, and that's okay. It's really important to be able to honestly and authentically look at yourself without feeling bad, or feeling like you need to be perfect, or feel like you need to be the spiritual master that doesn't have negative emotions. it's like toxic positivity, and it's actually very spiritually damaging.
Yeah.
Yeah, and blocks are not bad. They're actually the thing that leads you to your harmonious union. So it's important that you do honestly honor the fact that you have blocks. If you're watching this video and you're not in harmonious union or perfect union with your twin flame, there are blocks, and that's okay. You know, you want to accept yourself and be open to having them revealed to you without judgment, you know. And like don't like lie to yourself or fool yourself into thinking that you're an ascended master if there are still things in your life that you don't like, you know, if there are still things in your life that you don't have and you seem to not be able to experience, because you're created to experience perfection as a divine being. And so if you're not experiencing perfection and union in all areas of your life, then it just means that there are illusions there to let go of and healing to do in your vibration.
Yeah, and if you really have a spiritual mastery, you are humble in this path. And this is something crucial. There is a idea in the spiritual world, I think, that the person that has mastery is unteachable. You cannot teach them anything. They don't have blocks, they know everything, and that's it, right?
Yeah.
That's not mastery. If you really have mastery over the spiritual journey, you are humble, you are teachable, you recognize that you are still healing through things.
You're always growing.
You are always growing, and you never close yourself from learning more. That's crucial. The more you move forward in this path, the more humble you become, because you are more grateful for the path.
Yeah, and you recognize that humility is what keeps the things in your life.
Yeah, arrogance is a fantasy.
Yeah, the moment you start to get arrogant, you lose what you have, you know, and so that's something that we constantly work on, is like, we're always choosing humility and choosing to go deeper, and that's why we have what we have.
Yep.
And that's just one of them. In my experience, one of the worst blocks is arrogance, you know, and it just keeps people very stuck and stagnant and delusional about where they're really at, and it's very painful. So it's important to just choose total humility. Like you don't have anything to be ashamed of for having blocks, you know. Because arrogance is really just an over-exaggerated sense of self and thinking that you're better than others, you know.
You're like God.
Yeah, or it's separation. That's what arrogance is. And humility is not putting yourself down. It's just recognizing that God is the one who gives you your good. God is the reason you have what you have. God is the reason for your success, not you.
And God knows more than you every time.
Yeah, you don't know better.
Nope.
Yeah. So that's very important. So step point three is that you're not committing completely and finding excuses. And commitment is absolutely essential. Without commitment, then you cannot hope to have harmonious union with your twin flame or union, because commitment is the thing that keeps you going even when things get really hard. You know, it's that commitment and persistence. And it reminds me of a quote by Jeff and Shalia. It was a Twin Flame Ascension School class where Shalia says that you want to treat your twin flame union like it's just you and your twin flame on an island. You're the only two people. There's no way off. You have to figure it out, you know, basically. And that's how you should treat your union. And so this means like you don't have back doors. Like you're not going to go date other people just because your twin flame pissed you off, or maybe they're dating someone else, you know. Like, or you're not going to just abandon your spiritual journey because it gets really hard, or you don't feel like doing it some days. It's like if you want to be an Olympic athlete, you train. Or if you want to have a baby, you can't just choose to feed the babies on the day that you feel like it. You know, you have to completely commit to having a child, and it changes your whole life. And that's what having harmonious union with your twin flame is. Same thing. You must commit to it completely. You don't just not do it, you know, on days that you don't feel like it. Like it's a lifestyle, and it requires all of you. And so if you have any back doors or any places where you're not all in, then you're not going to be able to be with your twin flame.
Yeah, and be careful of not using excuses to not commit, because this is something that we see a lot too, and there is a very common block that people have. Is no, I cannot commit because they are with someone else, or I cannot do my inner work because they don't talk to me, or they are unawakened, so I need to wait, no healing work for me. All of these excuses make you not commit, and I think this creates a lot of pain for people, because imagine that you are, your goal is to buy a house and you need to save money, right? That's the thing you need to do. The day you start, maybe it looks so distant and far away, and like, oh my god, there is a lot of work. You can put excuses and maybe tomorrow, or nah, it's impossible, right? Or you can actually start working at it. Time is going to pass either way, and two things can happen. 10 years or 5 years or 20 years, whatever, pass by, and case one, you have been working every day, hard, you get the house, boom, you achieved it. Or situation number two, you were putting it off, 20 years passed, and you are like, the house is impossible still. It's like, well, it's not really impossible, you never tried.
Yeah, you just gave up on yourself.
And you're blaming the path, right? And this is very important in your union. Time won't solve anything if you don't
It will
commit.
pass, and it will pass, and it will pass, and it will pass, until you decide to change.
It's you who chooses where are you going to be next year. And by now.
And commit to it. Do it every single day. Yeah, there's not a day that we don't do our spiritual work. There's not a day that we don't heal our consciousness. Like coming into harmonious union with your twin flame.
That was not overnight.
No, well, yeah, it wasn't overnight, and like it doesn't mean that you're perfect. Like we still have many blocks to work through, and we're always working through them. And so, yeah, like harmonious union is just the beginning of your ascension, and you go deeper with your twin flame.
Yeah.
And yeah, like we're very committed to our spiritual process, and we're very committed to our spiritual journey, our ascension, our inner work, and our union. That's like the foundation of our life.
That's all we do.
Yeah, like we don't just like decide to like check out and go get drunk and like get high and like numb out all of our problems. We don't do that.
We solve the problems.
Yeah.
And then we have peace. And then we don't have a problem. We have nice things.
Exactly. And so you get to have your twin flame when you do these things. You have discipline with yourself and commit to the process.
Yeah.
So if you'd like help, we are Master Certified Ascension Coaches, and we're here to help you to achieve your harmonious union, to work through all of these things, to heal your blocks, and really just share the process with you. And we have a lot of resources. You can book an introductory session with either of us for 50% off. I speak English.
I speak Spanish.
Spanish and English. But we have different languages. So all of that's linked below in the description box. So yeah.
Yeah, so please, if you feel like you need help in the path, don't be ashamed to ask for it. It's pretty safe to ask for support, and we will be happy to support you.
Yeah, so thank you so much, and we'll see you all in the next video.